Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I have a Pokemon Showdown Smorgasbord, and by Smorgasbord, I mean bleh. I said that wrong. By Smorgasbord, I mean I have a whole bunch of battles against someone. Admin Nate on Pokemon Showdown, and Nate Sparrow in real life. So basically, I get him a Reap lead. He gets a Finneon lead. I really should have expected him to have some kind of ground type, since this is random battle, and that probably was likely. But you know. Don't always think the most in random battles. And I managed to have Hidden Power Ice. It's a shame it didn't KO the Landorus. But it did do massive damage, which allows Donphan to come on, absorb an Earthquake, and go for a Seed Bomb. Delibird, however, probably I shouldn't have gone for the Stealth Rock. I probably should have just gone straight for the Head Smash, not worried about rocks at all. Because as you'll be able to see, it was kind of a waste of a turn for me to put up rocks, as he pretty much manages to just spin him away. And I don't know why he was faster, but he was apparently faster. So, that's the case. And then he brings in Empoleon, because, again, I outraged a little bit too early. What's really interesting about these battles is I managed to get all three forms of Kyurem, somehow, in the battles. I'm not really sure how that works out. Like, I'm not sure if the random generator just isn't random enough, or something like that, but that was the case. Anyway, he's going to roar me out after a couple of outrages on my end, and then he really doesn't have anything to touch me other than Hidden Power doing plenty of damage. So I go ahead and set up a couple of spikes because that might become nice later. So I'm going to go for the Earthquake here, and Mincino's going to come in and try and Aqua Tail me, and he misses even if he had hit, and I managed to still get the burn and have the same thing. I have Regenerator. And there's no Stealth Rock, so, I mean, it kind of mattered, but it kind of didn't. And, as you can see, thanks to Mincino being burned, I'm going to take that rather nicely. So, I have an Agility Krabby, so I might as well use it, right? So I go for the return. Does exactly 50%, strangely enough. I'm not really sure how that works out. Finneon's going to come in, and I'm going to just go for the return again. No big deal. Hidden Power Grass, however, is going to take out my Krabby, sadly. I was hoping that thing would at least get a kill, but it is a Krabby after all, so I guess I can't expect too much. Anyway, I bring in Kyurem, go for the Focus Blast, finish off the Finneon, and then Staraptor's going to come in, finish off my Kyurem. And apparently he's Choice Banded, so I managed to win this thanks to the fact that I can absorb a close combat and basically fire off a Sacred Fire, as you can see. So that's that match. Now, going on with the next one, I think this is either the Kyurem. I think this is the one where I got Kyurem White in, I believe, actually. So, here we go. Nidoqueen. Actually, since it is Nidoqueen, it must actually be Kyurem B on this one. So I'm going to go for the Stealth Rock here. And then switch to Larvitar. And, yeah, get Drill Packs. Not a big deal. So, basically, I'm going to go ahead and set up a Rock Polish. He brings in Seismitoad, however, which is kind of saddening, and thus, you know, Earthquake doesn't even do that much. Because Larvitar, really, even with Guts, doesn't have that much damage, sadly. So now I'm going to run in Charmeleon, go for the Hidden Power Grass, which is fantastic, get rid of that. Now Crocodile's going to show up, and basically I get hit by a Pursuit. As I go to switch out, I should have just stayed in and gone for the Hidden Power Grass, but I figured he might be Scarfed and go for Earthquake. So now here comes Bisharp. I'm going to Calm Mind on the obvious switch out, and basically go for the Thunderbolt using my Electric Gym so I can have him burn. And I was hoping that for whatever reason this Bisharp did not have Sucker Punch, but I don't think that Showdown would ever do that in the first place to anyone, so yeah, unfortunately I lose my Drifblim. But yeah, this is the one I have Kyurem B. So basically, this Plane just suddenly got a whole lot threatening because it has Shift Gear. And I'm pretty sure 2 Gear Grinds would KO me, and I really thought Giratina Origin would have been able to take this a lot better than it did, but I guess not. I mean, yeah, it must be offensive or something, because it just died. It plain out died. And I'm going to lose Charmeleon, and it's kind of looking like I'm going to lose to this Plane. However, Nidoqueen magically survives! Look at that! And I get to go for the Earth Power, and right here he brings in Spearow, who has Quick Attack, which is okay. And right here, I probably make a play that ended up costing me the match, sort of, kind of, not really. If the same thing happened that happens up in this upcoming turn, then you know, it's not a big deal. So he goes for the Thunderbolt. I can easily KO the Frostlass, right? Right? Well, guess what? I get the Cursed Body Hacks. And, of course, I have to have a 3-turn Outrage, right? Okay, no big deal. I can maybe, you know, come back from this. Obviously, I'm going to struggle and hurt myself, but, you know, as long as he doesn't wake up, which he does, unfortunately. So, he manages to superpower me. And, unfortunately, thanks to hacks, I'm going to lose that one. And sorry for, like, the little switch here. It's just, I encountered a somewhat glitch to where the music was still playing. So I had to switch back to the other battle to, for whatever reason, finish it off. Now we come to the next one. And for whatever reason, I'm on the opposite side. I really don't know why, actually. They put me on the opposite side. So this is the one where I get Kyurem White, thankfully. And I go for the Fusion Flare, and then I go for the Dragon Pulse. Amazingly, Mawile somehow survived. I don't think it even had a Focus Sash. It might have, but since it survived on 1 HP. But yeah, he's going to KO my Kyurem White. No big deal. I'll just, you know, KO his Rayquaza in return. Vaporeon's going to roar and bring in a Tympole, who can't really quite KO Vaporeon, unfortunately. So that was highly disappointing because I thought that would have been an easy KO for Tympole. And can't even KO a Lilligant with a super effective move. So this is disappointing. Tympole just wasn't measuring up to expectations, sadly. So Arcanite's going to come in, threaten out this Lilligant, obviously, and Vaporeon is going to come in to absorb the Flare Blitz and obviously die. So there goes Vaporeon. Now Thundurus T shows up, and I know his shenanigans. He's going to Thunder Wave me. I kind of want Arcanine to be status free, so he's going to put up a substitute, and Elekid's going to punch through that paralysis. Go for the Ice Punch, and since Grass not actually counts as a contact move, in case you didn't know that, he's going to get paralyzed by static, luckily for me, and so Elekid's just going to keep punching through it with these ice punches and going like a champ. Now Lilligant's showing up. Does Elekid care? No, Elekid's going to keep punching through like a champ. Look at that. He hasn't gotten paralyzed once this game. I mean, look at that. And he won't get paralyzed once this game. Elekid, this thing. This Elekid has the will of, like, I don't know. It's just, it has the will of Sparta? I guess the will of Sparta. He's going to just keep going. So here I'm going to basically, since I have the fun and since, you know, a couple matches were unfair to me in hacks, and by a couple matches I mean this is actually technically the 4th match in the series. It's just got in a mixed up order compared to the other matches. So unfortunately, hacks kind of screwed me over in another match, and I was not happy. So I was like, let's toy with him for a little bit with Shuckle. Let's have fun. So the first rest, I was, you know, trying to be like, derp. I go to sleep when I want, okay? And yeah, this time it's gonna work. And for whatever reason, I don't wake up in 2 turns. I'm not really sure if that's like if that's a glitch or something in Showdown, because like I don't wake up in 2 turns. So as you see, that was 1 turn, 2 turns, and I guess I actually might have woken up next turn, but he's just gonna forfeit that one because he knew I was touring with him at that point and having a little fun with Shuckle. So here comes the next match. Giddle and Yanma. This time we're back on this side facing us, thankfully. It's kind of interesting to narrate on the other side. So I go for there, slash Voodoo, survives somehow, goes for the rest, and has some nice little nap dreams, but, you know, I don't care. Voodoo's going to switch out for whatever reason. Gothorita's going to come in. I get a crit, which is nice. This may have kind of mattered, because I'm not sure if a U-turn would have taken out Gothorita if it had a little bit higher health. So, U-turn. It's nice. Here, for whatever reason, I should have gone for the Shell Smash, but I just wanted to finish off this Voodoo in case it wanted to, like, do Stun Spore to me, because, you know, it could have figured I was going to be a Shell Smash Huntail, and that would have ruined my plans. So therefore, I did not bother with it. Now I go for the Shell Smash when I should have just randomly gone for the Sucker Punch. I don't know why I thought he wouldn't randomly finish me off at that point. But Kecleon has Thunder Wave, so he could have actually gone for that and toyed with me a little bit. And this is actually, I believe, our 3rd match. Like I said, the 3rd and 4th match got mixed up. But it's not a big deal. So, you know. Now that I know he has Thunder Wave, I can basically go for the substitute here. And not worry about Thunder Wave, because I figured he would go for it. So it ends up working out. Here I should have known he was going to switch to Salamence for whatever reason. And I don't know why I didn't think of that. But, yeah. I should have thought of it. I didn't. No big deal. I figured, you know, a couple Shower Balls would actually do more than it's doing. I think I must be like a bulky substitute, Miss Maggie's, because that's doing nothing. And I feel like it should do more, so... Now, obviously, he's going to die a Life Orb, so... I'm going to go over there, Slash, and he's going to use Outrage on my Roserade, die to the Life Orb, which is nice, because now it's out of the picture. Unfortunately, he gets this Gligar. Let me tell you about something about this Gligar. So you know how Gligar is supposed to be defensive? Never, ever, 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 ever let anyone tell you that Gligar is going to be defensive. Because this Gligar don't care. I mean, look at this. It's just acrobatic and everything. And it just don't care. My Shadow Balls are doing nothing to it. Which makes me think I'm bulky. But yeah, Gligar don't care. Gligar really doesn't care. I mean, it didn't care. Look at that. It finished off my team. So, that's actually a set I might try and use in the future. Beware, battlers that I may be battling. So, here we come up to the final match, which is actually going to be the longest of all the matches. So, I get Unknown. I'm already thinking this is going to be bad, but then I have the rest of my team, so it kind of works out. Unknown manages to get a kill, so chalk that up. In fact, I should actually probably start tallying what gets a kill and what doesn't on random battles, because that's the one thing I do like about Showdown is... You know, you can maybe get everything to have a kill. Some way, somehow. So, look at the damage that did to that Dwebble. And, I'm going to go ahead and bring in Aggron, because I have an Air Balloon, so I know he can't Earthquake me, so that pretty much is going to take care of Dwebble easily. Thunder's Tea, however, is going to be like, no, you don't kill my little Dwebble buddy. And, get away with it. So, I'm going to come in, Focus Blast you. And I'm going to bring in Zekrom. Really should have been predicting a switch to ground type. You would have thought I would have learned that the first match we had, where he randomly brought in a ground type, but you know, whatever. So, unfortunately, with a bizarre twist of things, I thought he had Thunder Wave, so I figured, you know, bring in Umbreon. Umbreon has Synchronized, which, mind you, apparently does not want to go off on this Stunfisk. I don't know why Synchronized doesn't want to work on Stunfisk. I'm not really sure. Must be some, like, Pokemon Showdown glitch, because Synchronize was not working. And it should work for everything. Just saying. So that's the case, and he gets lucky, paralyzes me again, so he knows what I'm going to do. So what's he going to do? He's going to bring in Tornadus T. Not a big deal. I have Butterfree. He's going to U-turn here. I don't know why U-turn over the Focus Blast, I guess because Umbreon has weaker defense, but it actually has pretty good defense as well. So I'm not really sure why, but this Butterfree just does not die for a little bit. I mean, you really have to admire this Butterfree. I'm sure he didn't have to admire this Butterfree. As you can see, I managed to put him to sleep, then I managed to sub, then I managed to roost, then I managed to do, actually, surprisingly, a whopping 25% damage with Bug Buzz. That's actually surprising because that Butterfree, I feel like was a little bit bulky. And then I get a crit. So it does like a little bit over another 25% damage with Payback. So I'm getting lucky. And then I'm going to bring in Zekrom. Because I figured, I got nothing to lose. Let's bring in Zekrom. What's the worst he's going to do? He actually stays in. I'm guessing surprisingly that worked out for me. I knew that I could like substitute even if he brought in Stunfisk and it wouldn't be a big deal. But, surprisingly, he, stayed in, I guess, predicting me to over-predict and go for, like, Outrage or something? I don't know. But, this Stunfisk, have I mentioned that Stunfisk is really, really powerful? And by really, really powerful, I mean, so, this is 2 times attack, keep this in mind. Zekrom has pretty good attack. That Stunfisk lived. Look at that Stunfisk living, the Outrage. And, now I'm in Outrage. So, now he can do whatever he wants with me. Which includes, guess what? He has a Steel type. It's like the first battle all over again. He's gonna hit the Will-O-Wisp. Not a big deal. I can somewhat break through it. I have normal attack now. So, I'll be doing the normal damage. And, basically, Fusion Bolt, as you can see, would do 40% in normal damage, which means that you would probably die. Now here, I figure, we got nothing to lose. let's lock myself into Outrage, and I should be able to survive an attack by Tornado's T. Guess what? I do! And Outrage probably would have taken it down. Well, I don't know about taking it down, but it would have brought it down really, really low. But no, I managed to get the confusion and hit myself in confusion, which is sad. So I was getting really worried at this match. But fortunately, the Hex Gods have some mercy. And he misses a Hurricane, which is nice, because this means I can Aqua Jet and bring this Tornado's T in range of Umbreon to revenge kill, but he misses another Hurricane, and thus finishes the match with an Aqua Jet. So I hope you enjoyed this Pokemon Showdown Smorgasbord. A longer video, but, you know, there was a whole lot of battles in it. Hope you enjoyed, and if you haven't already, subscribe. See you later.